Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Tara's Crafting and More. Today I am an elf for the Dear Julie and Cara Brandon collaboration. They had made digitals 12 Days of Christmas, and it's 12 Days of Digi, hashtag 12 Days of Digis. And this one is Julie's Day 1. And this one is Cara Brandon's Day 1. And we get to choose, mix and match the two pieces to come up with whatever project we would like. So today, I decided to use this tag, this pocket, a couple of these little embellishments here, this tag, and this one here. So I'm going to show you what I did. So I took and made cards and envelopes. And so for these cards and envelopes, I took a 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, cut it in half directly down the center. That gives you your card base, just like that. So you can make two cards out of one sheet of paper. And then I took a piece of Paper Studio heathered black paper sheet. This was gifted to me, so I think the Paper Studios come from Hobby Lobby. So yes, Hobby Lobby. And so I used this heather black, and my card base is 4 1/4 this way by 5 1/2 this way. And then for the top piece matte here, I cut this matte piece at 4 by 5 1/4. So I took off 1/4 of an inch to make my border around the edge. And I did that to both of these cards. And then at Five Below I found this table runner mat. It's glitter, so it's like hard. It's for table runners. And it's glittery. And I picked up a roll of that. And I just cut me a strip off the edge. And I used my double-sided sticky tape from Dollar Tree, and I ran two strips down that, and it lined it up to where I wanted it and attached it. And then on this card, I cut it down some, as you can see, to make it fit my project here. So, and then I used my corner rounder to round the edges and attach that with my tape from Dollar Tree. On the inside, I used Cara's tag off of this sheet, cut it out, added her number. I also made it a pocket for a gift card. So this is for the kids or family members that you want to give gift cards to, and it just tucks right in there. And then my card, I took a 12 by 12 sheet, cut it down to 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and then I used my We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board. And so you find out what size card you need, what size paper you need, and then the first line, you line up your score lines. So on this one, I lined up my paper at the 3 3/4, 3 3 3/4, sorry. Then you ran your score You run your score either this way. I always start this way and go down. And then punch. And then after you do the first score, you don't need to worry about this number over here. You just rotate your paper, line up this score line with this little tab here. Make your score piece, your score line, punch, and then you do that to the remaining 3 sides. You line up the score line, score, punch, last one, score, punch. So that's how you use the punch board if you didn't know. If you don't have a scoreboard and you want to make a card, an envelope, you can also just take your sheet of paper, measure what you need, give yourself just a little wiggle room for glue, and so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do a 6-inch. Cut that off. Get that out of the way. And you just fold. One, 2, 3, 4 and a half. Line it up, score it. You can use your bone folder. Score it. Slide your card back in. Fold over your top. Line it up. Give yourself a little wiggle room. And you have a base for your envelope. You can cut this off at an angle if you'd like, and you can trim this down if you like. And then you just take and add your glue, your tape, right here and right here. Fold that back over, and that makes your envelope slot for your card to go in. And then you just fold it over. There you go. That's if you don't have an envelope punch board. You just give yourself just a little more wiggle room. So I did 6 inches, and then you can figure out how long you want your flap. 1.5 to 2 inches is probably be good enough. Depends on what kind of end you want to. If you want to do a decorative border, you can do your decorative border at that time as well. So that's how you make one without a punch board, a simple envelope. So my envelope punch board, I created this card. I rounded the tips on the outside only, and this card is ready to go in the envelope. Sealed and addressed. And then this one, I used Julie's image, this tag right here. Added Cara Brandon's little embellishment there on the black heather. Again, it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I cut the black heather at 4 by 5 1/4. And then I used, in the inside, I used Cara Brandon's pocket right here. And she has lines to do your scores on. I did that, but I also gave it a little lip, so I moved it out. Just on my scoreboard, I did the next line over to create my raised portion there on all 3 sides for the pocket. I taped here and here and here on that, so just at the edges. And folded it in. Used my bone folder. I reached in and smoothed down the tape to secure it, so it made a little opening. Little thicker pocket there. And then we have adult children, so we do gift cards. So these are some that I just had on hand. I took my crocodile and I punched my hole in all 3 of the cards, ran a ribbon, flagged my tails, my ends, and the 3 gift cards go right in the pocket. And we have that little card, just like that. In this envelope, before I sealed it with the tape, I added a little eyelet, the little eyelets, and used my crocodile, poke the hole in and add the little eyelet in there. Added a little tag that I got from Dollar Tree. I'll embellish this a little more for whoever it's going to make it more personal and address it to them for under the tree. And then fit your card before I fold the tabs down. It makes it easier. Fit the card before you tape it, so that way you give yourself plenty of room in your envelope. And there, it's ready to go. And that's my craft project for today. Most people are doing junk journals or things to go in a junk journal. I may not do that every day. I'm an all-around crafter, so I like to do things a little out of the box and try new things and use things that are kind of unusual that most people don't think of using. So I hope that's helpful. Oh, by the way, Dollar Tree has this tape. It says 9 feet in a roll in a thing. I used it. I only got 1 card done. So before it went wonky and I had to pull it apart. So be careful if you get these. I tried it. I like this a lot better. So there's a little helpful tip. Again, if you'd like to purchase the digitals, Cara Brandon and Dear Julie has Etsy shops. I will put that in the description box below. They're 50% off through the first weekend in December, I think, or the 3rd. Don't quote me on that. And if you decide to purchase the digital and want to craft along, you can hashtag 12 Days of Digis 2020 and post it on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I hope you guys had a great day. Thank you. Come back and see me. Bye-bye.